I'm not saying that I don't believe you. I'm just trying I worked in construction for a long time, so I know how that works.
Right. Is this your bank?
No, it is not.
Gotcha. Okay.
Corey, go in the back to Carol's desk. Okay?
Yeah, he admitted everything to me, just sitting there. All right. He was trying to work out a deal.
Let's sorry.
On June 23rd, 2023, a man entered a Sarasota bank holding a $900 check. He said it was payment for roofing work, but when the bank ran a verification, red flags popped up immediately. The company listed on the check denied ever writing it. And even more disturbingly, this wasn't the only check. Another one almost identical had been cashed earlier that day. Same company, same amount, different number.
What's going on?
Not sure yet.
Oh, that's why she looked at me.
Hello.
Alright.
But
How's it going?
good.
You mind having a seat for me? So what's going on today?
Nothing.
You brought in a check,
Yes,
and the check's not good.
it's not.
That's what I'm hearing.
But the check was written to me
By who?
by the person who wrote the check.
And who is that?
That's the people that I'm did some work for.
And what work did you do?
I just do any kind of work that they ask me to do. Roofing, any kind.
Okay, what work did you do for the money?
I did some roofing work. I did some subcontracting work that involved some roofing repair.
Okay. And they paid you by writing a check?
That's correct.
Okay. And so why wouldn't the check be good?
I don't have any idea.
Okay. Alright, do you have any weapons or anything on you?
Of course not.
Do you mind standing up for me just so I can patch down, make sure you got nothing? Cigarettes?
Yeah.
Alright, go have a seat for me. So what's wrong with the check?
The counterfeit.
It's counterfeit.
I went into my back office, called another branch officer who called the office, the signer, and it's wrong.
Okay. What do you mean by that? How is it counterfeit? Thank you.
The person who is the signer has no clue who this gentleman is.
Gotcha, okay.
Corey, go in the back to Carol's desk. Okay? And that's not his normal check.
Gotcha. Anything to say about that?
No, I didn't really hear everything, but
Yeah, so this check, the person that they contacted that has the check has
Right.
never heard of you.
okay. I mean, if these people wrote me the check, I came to check and pass you.
Gotcha. Okay, so who's it that you work for?
I've subcontract
I know, but who is it that you did the work for?
for these people right here.
What's the people's name?
They're on the check. I mean,
How long have you been working for them?
no, it's just off and on.
Just off and on. For
I
how
mean,
long?
I subcontract for anybody.
Okay, but do you know the names of the people?
I know the names of some of the people. I mean, they wrote me the check. I just brought it in. I'm just cashing a check.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't write it because they've never heard of you.
Well, that's what I'm hearing now. But I mean, that's not what. Why would I think that when somebody writes me a check?
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have another officer. They're on their way right now, and we're gonna make some phone calls and figure out what's going on. But you're gonna hang out here until we get all that figured out.
Just the other officer. Okay.
301, here to go.
As police questioned the man, his answers unraveled quickly. He had no documents, no contract, no license, and couldn't explain who had hired him. He couldn't name the person who gave him the check. The company owner confirmed no roofing work had been ordered, and the business didn't even have a shingle roof. The check was fake. And now the suspicion grew. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a setup.
So this is how you guys check. So he brings it in and said it was a check that he received for working on something. He gives you the check. What do you guys do from there?
I pull it up on the system and the check number. So there's another check that someone cashed today for like the same dollar amount but different check number.
Gotcha.
So then I went down a little bit and pulled up a check that already cleared. The type is completely different than what he's showing. And usually when it's big like that, it's fraud. I'm in my 18th year. And it's always Tampa
Yes, that's
ID. So that was
5143.
my red flag, is a Tampa ID. But I went through and none of those checks are the same. So then I
6143 holding a
emailed
signal
my
4 in the parking
coworker
lot
and
at station
said,
400,
hey, come
zone
for
4,
check.
no injury.
I'll be right back. So I told him I was going to make a photocopy of it.
Possibly recovery of a signal
Not
10
really
in
normal
zone
procedure,
4
but
at
whatever, he
Salvation Army.
does it. So I have an office back there. I called another branch officer, told her to call the officer on the account holder and say, hey, I have a Tampa address, this person, check number, how much? And then she called me back and says, no.
Okay, so the actual writer of the check said that it was not confirmed out. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when I called you guys.
And so I know it was a check from somebody else, but is it technically the bank here has to give the money if it is a legit check? So the bank itself would be the victim, correct? Or would it be the people that actually wrote the checks? Fraudulent stuff like this is so
The
detail oriented.
If I cashed it,
It would be the
the
bank.
bank would be at
Correct.
fault.
So since you didn't cash it, it's still the
No one's at fault.
okay.
Because
Because
I
nobody
think-
actually lost the money.
because-
So he's the one that just created the check. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's a counterfeit check right now with
Okay.
no potential loss. But like I said, there is a check that cleared or got cashed, and I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Okay, but it's the check number itself doesn't actually correspond with the check. So like,
I don't know if it was like a fraudulent, like a
okay,
altered check or not.
Gotcha.
That I don't know yet.
but you guys are 100% certainty this is a fake check.
Yeah.
Perfect.
6125.
Eventually, the man admitted the truth. He was homeless. Two men in a gray Nissan had approached him at a Tampa bus stop, offering a deal cash forged checks in exchange for a cut. They'd already taken him to 3 banks that day. At one, the check cleared. At another, he walked away. Now at the third, it was all collapsing. He was just the pawn, but the real players had vanished.
For the same company. And he just got cash out. But it was in the county at Fruitville and like near the McDonald's. Fruitville and Paramount. Like near the Lowe's, I think. And then was going to cash. It was the
Yes,
same
that's
company he
5105.
just cashed the check for. So he also, I think he stopped talking. See if the deputy can come. Talk to the deputy. He says no, whatever. But
Nothing to say there.
oh, did he?
Yeah. It said that there is a guy that's that Nissan right there. That is the whole operations. That he's the guy that made the fake check and gave it to him the cash, and he was going to cash the check, give him most of the money, and then he would get a cut of it.
So the dude in the Nissan's still out there.
That's what I was thinking. He said it. That's what he said.
Yeah, but
So the car was running. That was out there.
it's pretty specific to be in here. You don't have an angle at it.
Yeah.
You want to go make contact? Just ripped. Serious dude. Just take a seat over here, just so I can talk to you. All right.
She doesn't want to get
I know you said whatever you said to this officer, but I have to read you your rights first.
Right.
Okay. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her present with you before and during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you at no cost to you before and during questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I have explained them to you?
I do.
And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Possibly.
Okay, I mean, it's up to you,
Yeah,
right? Because I know in there,
I mean, I can stop at any time. I know.
right. So, what's really happening today?
So as I was explaining to him, well, first of all, before I say too much, I want to know how this helps me by saying it.
Well, at the end of the day, if this is a big operation,
I don't know
we're
if it's a
going
big operation, but-
well, it's bigger than you, right?
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying. So
Like the lowest of the low, I guess.
I'll reach out and speak to one of our detectives, see if this is something that they want to come speak with you about. I don't know how far this has gone, if this is the first time you've ever done this with this guy, if you know anybody else that's working with him, if you know any of his information, because he's not out there now, obviously, after.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking, because they would have seen the police
Right,
parking, because they were parking over there.
yeah.
I'm sure they would have left. Also, it's been so long.
Right.
Seeing the police and that's the other part is I don't even know how to reach them as far as like calling them or anything like that.
Right.
They always came to me.
In person,
Yeah. Well,
they haven't like texted your phone, called you
They don't
to.
have one.
Okay.
My phone is actually, they may have, my phone is like lost or stolen, I'm not sure. They did call it several times, they said, but I don't have it, so I can't.
So how do they normally locate you?
Look, I'm homeless. I
Yeah.
live in Tampa, but I kind of like stay at places, hotels or at people's houses. But I guess you consider I'm homeless. I live in Tampa. They pulled up to me at a bus stop, literally, and asked me if I had an idea, and I said yes, I wanted to make some money. All right, that's how it happened.
Okay.
So they drove down here and they gave me this check to cash, and they did the one, and then this was the second one. They wanted me to. I said there was a third place that I went in to do it, and I felt very nervous the way they were acting and everything. I told them, I said, I'm done with it. I'm not doing it anymore. I haven't been paid yet, and I don't know what, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if you want to get back to Tampa, you're going to do this one. That's how we get back here. But this one, I feel like I'm not only I'm being stupid as hell, but I'm also being kind of bullied. And I mean, these people, I'm an old man. These people are younger and much bigger. And also, I'm about to be stuck in Sarasota.
What was the other location? What was that you said?
It was another one of these banks.
Do you know what road it was? I know you're from Tampa.
I don't know the road. I mean, coming off.
So was this
75.
this was the third bank today then that you've
This
been
would have
to?
been the third place.
Okay.
Yeah. But only one. But there was the first one that she gave you the paperwork
Right.
for. The second one that just
So that was the first one was on the one off 75.
yeah.
The second one.
I don't know.
Was it the
different-
same
No, it was
branch?
a different. It was a different bank.
Was it different?
It was a different bank, and I couldn't. I've never heard of them before either. But it was a larger check too. But they didn't do it. But I felt really nervous about it too, and I told them, I'm done. I'm not.
And then they brought you to this one anyway.
And then this one.
So how many people were in the vehicle with you?
There was one guy driving, and the other guy setting the shotgun. Who has he's like the boss. Then I was in the back seat with both my backpacks.
Right, and can you describe these
The black
folks?
guys, and the one guy's really big. The one in the passenger seat,
side.
and the other one is I don't know.
You know, like how?
Describe the vehicle.
It's a gray Nissan Sentra, I think. It's not an Ultimate. It's a step down Sentra.
Smaller one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's they left me setting. They were parked like down at the end and over there in that parking lot over there.
You didn't happen to see the license plate at all.
No, and I kept saying to myself, I need to get license plates of this car just in case, and I never did.
How do they make the checks?
That I don't know because they've got my name printed on them.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So
you
when I
just
talked-
met them today.
No. I met them yesterday.
Yesterday.
I met them yesterday, and they said they were picking up this morning.
Okay, so they didn't print it off right.
No.
Today. They must have done it.
No, but they got my information
Gotcha. And
from
then
me
they
last
picked it up
night
today.
because they're printed. You can see it. The check. It's printed on there. So they printed them and I guess they had them mapped out, and I mean.
Well, let me ask you
I mean,
this.
that's the only thing I can tell you is that they had to have somebody print them, but he had a game plan. He had a.
If you were to see these folks in like a lineup or something, would you be able to identify them?
Absolutely.
Okay, and you don't know like nickname, first name?
Listen, I don't know them at all.
I know, but they weren't talking to each other with nicknames,
They
or?
were kind of quiet, and
Let me see if I can.
it seemed like when they dropped me at the one place, And then I walked into the bank. When I came back, they weren't there. So I kind of like just aimlessly walk around for a few minutes, and then they'd show back up, and I'd get in the car. So they were moving while I was in there.
Okay.
Do you remember how you got here from the other bank? Anything about the roads?
You know, I'm in the back seat, and when I'm in the
Right,
back seat
and
of the
this
car,
isn't
I
your
never
time.
pay very good. Yeah.
Was it all major roads? You're on the side.
No, it was. They stayed on, you know, see, like,
When you got here, did you come from the south? Or
we
did you
came
come
off of 75, and then we came up going towards Bradenton. So we came in, that way's back towards Bradenton, right?
Right.
Yeah, we came in down there somewhere and then came up this way to this bank.
Hey, are you good with him? I'm going to call Sarge and see if I can call CID, see if they want to speak to him.
So we
Detectives launched a deeper investigation. The bank confirmed it would press charges. The man stayed silent, fully aware of what was coming. Officers reviewed surveillance footage, hoping to spot the gray Nissan. But by the time cameras were checked, the car and the men were already gone. Another vanishing act in a well-rehearsed scheme.
Yeah. And then a deputy. I think there's a deputy coming out here
Oh, really?
for that portion of it. Yeah.
So,
I just called Sarge. He's called CID. See if they want to speak to him. And then if not, we'll just 10-15 for felony forge.
Yeah. Trying to get that camera right now. They're trying to get a hold of somebody. And then,
I can log into Google.
Yeah. And which one of those responded and spoke to him? Which one of these
Originally?
ladies were the top? Yeah.
the shooter.
Yeah. Can you just get her 14 for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I spoke to my supervisor, explained to him what's going on. He's going to call our criminal investigation department or our detectives and see if they want to either come down here and speak to you, or if we take you to the station and they can speak to you there. And then they have the power to do more than I can, right?
I was just
But
telling
I
you.
appreciate you being
Well,
honest with us.
It's just a stupid move. I mean, I'm not that desperate.
okay. So, I know you're not from here.
That's
I want to try to walk you
6110
through because there's things that we can do to try to find this vehicle, right?
Well,
You left the bank. You left the bank on right off the I-75.
My tablet is in that back seat. If I log into my Google
That's
account,
something
it will find
that's
that.
something.
It will find it.
Right.
And to find the device.
6710.
It's gonna be right exactly.
Hey, Sarge.
I know. I want to ask you a question. So you left the bank.
Okay. All right.
Did you
Yes,
contact
yes,
them?
understood.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Thank you, Sergeant.
I don't think so. But that's the road
And when
that
you got to this bank, you were on that road going north?
we were going south. Oh, no, we were going north, yeah, that way. Yeah, that way.
All right, Rodney.
And then we
So-
turned into here.
So our detectives are going to speak to you, okay? So I'm going to take you to our police department where they can interview you and speak to you there.
All right.
I'm going to put you in handcuffs because I'm going to transport you in my vehicle, okay?
Yep, I understand.
Just go ahead and turn around.
Before we put these hands, let me take off these bracelets.
That's 6106.
You know how you take these off?
No, it's a good idea because I don't,
Because it's going to hurt
It's
you
gonna
to
hurt.
find up in there.
I don't even know how to do this.
You go to ID.
So we're going to take him to
I don't know how to.
1019. Ryder's going to talk to him. Yeah, just try the other one then. That one's probably fine.
That was fine.
The cloth one.
I'm not gonna be able to get it.
Oh, it's right here.
I can't even see it. Oh, all right.
Yeah. All right. I'll try and put it above so that it doesn't mess with it. Okay. Oh, sorry. How tall are you, sir?
6, 7.
Oh, Lord. You should be playing basketball.
I'm 64 years old.
Yeah, you can probably still do it. You don't even have to jump.
Well, believe me, that's not, 6'7" is not tall by basketball.
That is true.
That is true.
64 years
Well,
old is tall by
what
basketball.
about hockey? Do you ever think about playing hockey?
I did not.
You're the perfect hockey height.
I did not ever think about
All right. we're gonna walk over to my truck.
Although I did grow up in Indiana on a lake that froze over, so we used to little skating, slapping my brothers around.
My truck's kind of to the left here behind.
The man was charged with fraud for attempting to cash a forged financial instrument. He cooperated. He even offered to identify the suspects in a lineup, but he didn't know their names and he had no way to reach them. The masterminds escaped without a trace, and a man with no home, no ride, and no money took the fall for all of it. If this case caught your attention, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more real-life crime stories that reveal the hidden manipulations behind seemingly simple events. Because sometimes the person caught holding the check isn't the one who wrote the plan.